Hello and welcome to The Print. This is Prabhakar Tamilarasu from the Print's Chennai Bureau. Today we have State Planning Commission's Executive Vice Chairman, Mr. Jayaranjan, who is known for breaking complex economic subjects in a simpler form. Welcome to The Print, sir. So today, before getting into the larger aspect of economics of the state, when this government took charge in 2021, Stalin has vowed to bring up like 1 trillion economy by 2030. So in this path toward 1 trillion economy, where do we stand?
We are one of the fastest growing states in the country, and before our chief minister went to attend the Niti Aayog meeting, he asked me to calculate two things. One, when we will achieve this 1 trillion economy. 1 trillion economy, it's not a it's not a fancy number. In fact, no, our aim is to triple our state governments, no, not state governments, states GSDP. That is the idea. So our projection is that no, we may be delayed by 1 year, but we will reach there as per the target. And more importantly, the government had asked us to work out where we will be by 2047. That is after 1947 was the year of independence. Yeah. So on the year of our 100th year of independence, where Tamil Nadu will be. So I was expecting that we will be somewhere around 4 trillion or something. Okay. But when we calculated, if we grow in the same pace and the same level of inflation and the same level of dollar value, you will be surprised to know that Tamil Nadu will be a 5 trillion economy by that time.
By 2047?
2047. So it has a very reasonable kind of an assumption. It's not some bombastic claim. So I have worked out in detail the numbers, and if you want, I can share it with you. So that is the projection that we have. So that is one. And once you start growing, it's something like you can't derail it or stop it, because unlike other states, the growth process in Tamil Nadu is not driven by the current economic policies alone. This growth is conditioned and guided by the kind of social changes that we have brought about during the past 100 years or so. So what we have done is that by democratizing education, we have empowered so many people of various communities, okay, across all the sections. So when the second and third generation comes up with that kind of benefit, it has a self propulsion. So apart from the state's policies, the long term efforts started paying dividends now. That's what you see. That's why if you look into the gross enrollment ratio in higher education, when India has a number of 26-27%, Tamil Nadu has a percentage of just something like 50, 51, 52. That is because now you have reached the education to all the sections of society. And if you take the present policies that we have in place, the schemes that we have introduced now, it had been always the practice that every time you take stock of the situation, you see who have been excluded or not included in the process, who have been left out. You focus on them and bring them in. Like for instance, when this government took over, we introduced a scheme whereby from the girls who have studied in government schools and who are entering the college, we said that we will pay them 1,000 rupees a month as an incentive. And the enrollment jumped by 30% because of that scheme, which means but for that they would not have come to the higher education at all. And they would have got married or something. Yes. Now because of this, there are a lot more of girls are coming into this higher education stream. And as a continuum, what we have done is in the Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, we have 30% reservation for women. But because of these incentives and all those things, what happens is that in fact it is more than 30% now.
The contribution of women.
Contribution of women, the number of women who get into the services more. That's why when you go to the government offices, you will find so many women officers at very important positions. There are districts where you will find the district collector, the superintendent of police, as well as the RDO, DRO. Everyone will be a woman officer. That has made possible because of these kinds of policies. You encourage them to get into education, encourage them to get into employment, give them more opportunities, and that way, the process, the whole process is unleashed, and that's why I'm telling you that you can't stop it now.
So when you say about women education, so Tamil Nadu government have been giving 1,000 rupees free financial assistance for women, free bus tickets for women, 1,000 rupees financial assistance for women who are pursuing higher education. So the State Planning Commission report also says that women have been individually they have been benefited and they have been saving money. So how it has translated into this like in the society or as a for the state government per se?
Like for instance, if you educate a woman in a family, now the saying is that it transforms the family itself. Now, she'll be having fewer children. She'll be putting in more efforts to educate them. That's why I told you, second generation, third generation, it will be different. Okay, these are the agents of change. So what you are doing is, you are not getting the money into their pockets. Essentially, what you are doing is you are empowering them. Once you empower them, there is a transformation that takes place within the family, which when you aggregate it, it is the transformation of the society. That's what now we have attempted and we have succeeded. So when like for instance, Tamil Nadu, this budget, what we have introduced is that we will administer HPV vaccines for all the girl children. Now that benefit you will reap after 30 years. Now it will prevent so many women from the cervical cancer. That kind of investments we make. But this HPV vaccine altogether prevents the
Cervical cancer of women.
possibility of cervical cancer.
Possibility of cervical. It will not serve today, but it will serve
30.
later. 30 years
So
later.
many of these programs what we bring about today is it will lead to a better educated, healthier society. That's what these programs are designed that way.
So when you say about women education, empowering women, so this is what when in early to late 90s or 2000s when DMK was in power. So that is how they built this IT hubs across the state. But now if we look at compare with the other states, the number of IT companies as compared to like Tamil Nadu to Karnataka or in Hyderabad, the number of companies are way lesser in Tamil Nadu and in our job employment opportunity is also very low. At one place we are empowering students and women to study and pursue the higher education, but when you look at the job opportunities in the IT companies, it is way less. So where do we lag behind?
There are certain problems which are legacy issues. Like for instance, when the IT revolution came about, during the first 5 years, we slept off. Then when the first tile park was built in 96, we have already lost 5 years. By the time Bangalore had a head-on start, and many of the founders were from already Bangalore had that advantage in the sense Bharat Electronics was located there.
Yeah.
And there were so many public sector enterprises. Most of the founders of all this IT all came from there.
Yes.
Then Indian Institute of Science was there, is there. So these are the main reasons why it started in Bangalore.
Okay.
And also it had a very cosmopolitan culture compared to what we have even today.
Yes.
That is because it was a cantonment town basically. Okay, so it had a very different kind of a lifestyle altogether. Whereas here it's more conservative. Hyderabad, one advantage even today they have is the kind of land that is available to them. Like if one company comes and if they ask for, let us say, 200 acres, they can give you in Hyderabad, just next to Hyderabad. Whereas here, even if the government wants 200 acres, we can't find land here. On one side, you have only sea. Okay, and then you have to move out to the southern suburbs, southern and northern suburbs. Then only you will have some land, but not contiguously for 200, 300 acres and all. So that advantage Hyderabad has. That's why during the previous KCR regime, his son, who was the IT minister, could finish deals across the table. They are not constrained by any of these constraints that we have. Many of the industrialists who come to meet me tell me is that compared to Bangalore, Pune, Bombay, Hyderabad, Chennai doesn't have an evening life.
Evening life or night life?
Both. Evening and night life. You do not have. So when a company decides to put up an office, let us say, then what they do is they ask all their potential employees there, which city do you prefer? So they give you the list: Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Bombay, Chennai, or some other place. Okay. Now they ask them to rank it. Invariably, they say that no, Chennai is ranked at the last. But if you go to Bangalore or go to Hyderabad, many of my engineers, many of my friends who are engineers in those areas and entrepreneurs, they say that most of nearly half of now the such employees are from here.
Oh.
Okay.
So even Tamil Nadu people are not preferring Chennai.
They don't.
Oh.
They would prefer to go to Bangalore or to Hyderabad. So these are the major attractions they have. So companies obviously they move there.
Does Tamil Nadu have any plans to improve this kind of culture, like nightlife or evening life?
We are working on it, and I think now very soon we will be able to bring out some new kind of policy change, towards that.
So when you said about industry shifting to moving to other cities, say for example Hyderabad and Bangalore. So recently, if you look at the Foxconn HCL joint venture of semiconductor industry, they were originally designed or planned to set up in Tamil Nadu, but then they have moved there. They have invested in Uttar Pradesh.
It is not that time. What I'm saying is, it's not that no industries are moved. It hasn't come here. Okay, IT or any other industry, it has come in a way, big way. But the kind of problems that we face, that's what I was elaborating to you. That doesn't mean that no, whoever had set up facilities here, they are moving away. They are not doing that. Like for instance, you take global capability centers. When we took over 4 years ago, we found that very few GCC companies were around. But when we made very conscious efforts to bring more such companies here, because they provide very high-end, high-paying jobs.
Okay.
So we were successful. Like for instance, today's data says that no, we are in the second list in terms of hiring.
Okay. Oh.
Of spaces.
Okay.
Mumbai, they have they spend a lot more of money to hire space, and Chennai is the second city where they get high space work to establish GCCs. And like similarly, we started with a complete almost an empty slate on fintech. Now we are building a fintech city, and that is already so many floors already booked.
Okay.
So, but we need to build much more to reach the top.
To accommodate our students.
But to answer the second part of your question, whatever you pretty well know that the manufacturer of Apple phones. Yeah. Okay, we are number one. Like for instance, the data about the size of electronic exports, which was hardly a billion, yes, has crossed 15 billion now. Yes. How is it made possible? It's made possible because of these kinds of industries. Foxconn and Tata's, both of them have come here. They have put our plant. And I don't know whether you have seen that report. No, the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, has said that our major supply chain will be from India very soon. They're shifting it from China to India, which means it will come to Tamil Nadu.
But US President Donald Trump recently has warned that they will be putting a 50% tariff if they are moving. If Apple is not moving their plant to US.
You would have seen that now he announces one thing in the morning, and after a week or so, now he changes his course. Okay, this is what you have been seeing right from his assumption of the.
But Tamil Nadu government taking any effort to retain the Foxconn here?
You see, the supply chain, okay, what we have developed here and what we are developing now, okay, is as good as what they have in China, if not better. And that is one. Secondly, when you finally what it comes to is the economics of it. Okay, now he is telling that now you shift your base to America. The problem is the supply chain is not there. You have to create it. You can't create it overnight. Even if you create it, the cost will be something like 4 times more, 5 times more than what you have here or in Vietnam or in China. So they all know pretty well about that. If you take the Apple phone, about 65% of the value is with them. Okay. Another 5% or so will go for transportation and all. Another 30% or so will be here. Okay. So they have the major chunk. That is the most sensible thing to do. Now, if they shift the value systems and supply chain there, 95% will go. probably 5% they will have, or even less. So no, they are not fools to do that.
So coming back to our state economy, so the State Planning Commission has also pointed out like migrant workers are key for industry development in the state. But State Commission also has pointed out that they are being discriminated and they don't have access even to government hospitals or to public distribution, basically ration shops. So what are the measures have we taken to mitigate this issue?
No, it is not that we haven't given access to them.
Okay.
Like you, I don't know whether you would have seen that interview in our Nia Nana program, where that lady is from Tirupur or Coimbatore. She gives birth to a child who couldn't, no, they are impaired, hearing impaired. So she takes her to the local government hospital, and they in turn refer her to the district Coimbatore Medical College Hospital. When she goes there, they diagnose that and say that if the child is implanted with the cochlear implant, the child will regain the hearing.
Okay.
So that cost, I don't know how much. Earlier it was costing somewhere around 6 to 7 lakhs per patient.
Okay.
So that Mr. Kameswaran, Dr. Kameswaran, no, who was the one who convinced Kalaignar to introduce that scheme. So straight away Kalaignar gave 2,000 sanctioned 2,000 such
patients funds for patients.
funds for the patient, 2,000 patients. Now it has been going on since then. So that woman, the program says that no, my child is hearing now. She can speak. That's because of this intervention, and we haven't spent a rupee. So it's not true that no, they are not given access. They are given access. Similarly for PDS, now we don't deny cards to them.
Yes.
And that is one. Also, there is a complete portability now.
Yes.
From anywhere to anywhere now you can access the PDS.
PDS.
But the problem here is now we have about 2.25 cards in Tamil Nadu, and it's hardly 25,000 who have who have brought their card here. I asked the commissioner what's happening. They say that since most of the migrants are single migrants, they live behind their family there.
Yeah.
So they would prefer to have the card there rather than to bring it here. Okay. Because in most of the cases, providing food is an obligation of the employer. Yes. So day before yesterday also I saw on board. Okay. We provide accommodation as well as food. We require laborers. So that is the common understanding. Yes. So then why do you bring the card here?
So they leave their card.
They leave the card there. So only about I think 20,000 cards are portable now. Have been ported here.
Yeah.
So
but what about discrimination? Is there any
discrimination? Our society is a discriminating society.
Okay.
You forget about migrants. Even the resident, there are several layers of discrimination. So this kind of discrimination, wherever you go in the one name or other, there will be some discrimination. And when you need labor, you don't discriminate. Yes. Okay, you go and beg them and do whatever and try to. You know how many people have been flown down from their origin when they refused to come after COVID.
They sent flights from Tirupur. They sent flights to bring all those migrant workers to work in textile industry.
This kind, the everyday movement, what will happen is some kind of these skirmishes will be around, and even chaps who go to US face this. Yes. And those who go to Australia face this. Wherever you go, these kinds of problems are there. I don't say that it's not there. It is there. But when society matures, I think these things will. Within ourselves, we haven't changed a bit. Yes. Or changed a little bit, if not entirely.
Like in 100 years, we have changed 5%.
Little bit we have changed. There is a scope
for change.
For a lot more of change, and that's what we have been trying.
Okay, sir. Thanks. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. For more such videos, stay tuned to The Print.